We need a new Mario baseball game. We have had two Mario baseball game releases, one in 2005 and one in 2008. The first one is Mario Superstar Baseball, which I honestly don't know that much about. I didn't have it growing up. But the second one is Mario Super Sluggers, which I do know a lot about. There was also Mario Sports Superstars, which was developed by Bandai, and it had baseball, but from what I've seen, the gameplay is very different and not how it was in these first two baseball games. I know that the mechanics of Mario Superstar Baseball are very similar to Super Sluggers, so from what I know of Super Sluggers, I'm going to use that and just talk about why this game is so great and why we need another one. One of the best things about these games are the approachability and how it can be very simple or very complex depending on how deep you want to get into the game. There are lots of hidden mechanics that can make the game more deep, but if you don't want to, you can just ignore those and have a simple baseball game. Not to mention the super fun and big roster. There are a lot of Sunshine references as Superstar Baseball came out in the GameCube era, so there are lots of characters related to Super Mario Sunshine, but also lots of Donkey Kong characters, and so it's a very varied roster, and it adds a lot of charm to the field. One of the craziest character additions to me is Dark Bones. He's different than Dry Bones, he's got his own name, Dark Bones. Dark Bones is actually from Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. He's an enemy in the last area of the game. Sorry for spoilers, but I think it's just such a funny addition, especially because the Paper Mario universe doesn't really cross over into the regular Mario universe unless it's Paper Jam, of course. One part of the accessibility is your controller. You can either use a standing up Wii Remote, a sideways Wii Remote, but I believe that's only for minigames, or a remote with the nunchuck. If you use the nunchuck, you're able to move your characters around, and if you use an upright Wii Remote, they move by themselves. So if you want to use a nunchuck, then you'll have more control over your characters, but if you want a more simple laid back method, then you can do the standard upside remote. The nunchuck also allows you to move around while you're batting to get a better angle at the ball. If you use a vertical Wii Remote without the nunchuck, then it automatically moves you over there. You can also only steal with the nunchuck, steal bases, which is a bit of a shame because it technically puts the player without the nunchuck at a disadvantage, and you also can't choose to advance bases if you don't have a nunchuck plugged in. Chances are, though, it won't bother you too much in actual matches because the AI with the vertical remote is actually really good at getting to the ball pretty fast and choosing to advance bases when it would be best for you. So it's not like you're gonna do terribly if you don't have a nunchuck plugged in. Moving on to the story mode. The story mode allows you to unlock characters by playing baseball games against computers, and it also allows you to get some more rewards and play some mini games as well, which you can do without doing the story mode. You also need to do the story mode in order to unlock the Luigi's Mansion Stadium as well as the Daisy Cruiser Stadium. You also have to do the story mode in order to get Bowser Jr.'s Playroom and Bowser's Castle as stadiums. Speaking of stadiums, there are 7 you can play during the day and 8 you can play during night. Each one contains different obstacles depending on if it's day or nighttime. You can really see some GameCube inspiration here with the Mario Sun in the Mario Stadium, Daisy Cruiser, and Luigi's Mansion. Switching over to game mechanics, one of the biggest ones is chemistry. Chemistry has to do with the little red and blue music notes. If you select one character, other characters will have the music note show up. That means that they are compatible. If they are compatible, that means that they can do things such as the buddy toss and the buddy jump. These are critical moves needed in the outfield to help you win. You need to place your characters next to each other in order to accomplish this. You are only able to do this if the two characters are compatible, aka they have the music notes. Another use of chemistry, aka the music notes, is being able to shoot items after you have hit the ball. This is why your character order is important. You need to have two characters in a row that have chemistry in order to shoot an item. Another mechanic you can add are starred players. Starred players have much higher stats than their regular counterparts, and they can be obtained from completing the story mode with each character on your team. I think this makes it more fun because it's easier to get home runs and therefore harder for your opponents to stop them. These mechanics make the game incredibly customizable and accessible for anybody who wants to play. These are just some of the reasons as to why this game is one of my favorites, and I keep coming back to it hoping for a sequel. Not to mention the fuel that Fox added to the fire by posting about who wants to play on Mario Stadium. All of the other sports games have had a chance to shine on Switch. I think it's time baseball had its chance. Also, as a bonus, check out this advertising for Nintendo at this baseball stadium. That was my run-through of what makes these games so great and why we need another one. I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.